Because hey and welcome and just throw us on. You know what I mean? Meant to go get a coffee and or a juice on my little walk this morning and then just failed miserably.
Hey
Compared to
guys.
how good I think these are.
Yeah, I started buying these it's like a one-step latte from Donut Shop Coffee. It's like a one-step vanilla latte and it's got powdered condensed coconut milk. I liked them,
Super
but
good.
yeah, I liked them, but for some reason I hate them now.
Couldn't do it every day.
That's the thing. I did them too many days in a
That's
row,
probably
and now
what
the
happened.
sight of them, I was like,
Yeah,
no,
I can understand.
I
No,
cannot
couldn't
have
do it
that.
every day, but it is nice on occasion.
On occasion.
And when we're trying to get through them, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh my God, do we have developments for you today?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome absolutely back. It's been a minute since we've recorded.
It has. Like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
10 days maybe?
Look at us. But yeah, it's been a minute, but we're back in our hot apartment.
And we're not literally going anywhere.
But
Even though it might
we actually
even though it might seem like we might be, we're not going anywhere.
well, we are going places geographically, but
we
we're
are
not going anywhere in
going
terms of
places.
leaving your screen.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
We'll still be here kicking
We'll
it.
still be here kicking it, making it work.
I need to see what the temperature outside is right now because I just don't know how I'm gonna make it through this.
Why do these look
They look too. I think I think it's because your hair's like track. Because mine up in the bun today. Mine also. It was the first time I was like, oh, I don't want to wear these at all. Get them off my head. Normally, I think they make me look cooler. Right now, you look a dork.
It's falling down.
I'm willing to suffer. I will suffer for the cause. Just know we're putting ourselves through what feels like literal hell for you guys. So
Yeah.
and
That is what's going.
no one asked us to.
No.
No, we're just doing it because we want to.
We're just like really cracking down over
We're
here.
just really cracking. Yeah.
What?
Is there?
It's the funniest glitch Mace ever had.
Yeah.
She never does that.
I do that all the time. What are you talking about?
You think?
Do you remember the one time?
Maybe not during pod.
I thought about this the other day, and why are my glasses steaming up?
Because it is that hot.
Jesus. I thought about the other day. Do you remember when we were in our old apartment?
An hour today too.
Yeah, but yeah, an hour 45 is insane.
I don't know
We
why
got
we
2
keep doing
episodes. Yeah.
No.
Who do we think we are? Like,
don't
we just
know.
keep seeing like
Because we,
112,
get
we're like,
into
let's
our
keep
groove
going.
point,
Yeah.
so we're like-
Maybe we just need to ixnay the whole first hour.
Yeah.
Just start mid-sentence at the second hour. No, do you remember we were in our old apartment and it was one specific incident and it's not going to be funny for those that weren't there.
Too
Do
bad.
you remember when I was standing looking in the fridge and I was talking and I forget what I said, but I was attempting to say something really fast and so it literally just came out like in like a literal jumble, like it didn't sound like any language, and you were like when we were living in our old apartment.
Oh.
And you would like witness for the first time like my brain going too fast for my mouth and the mouth just like trying. Oops, sorry. My mouth just like attempting to keep up syllable by syllable and it not working, and me just being like blah blah blah, like and then just like ending it and being like, and then I would literally pause and be like, what did I just say? And it literally sounded, guys, like something like that. Like, I'm not kidding.
Funny.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that one instance. No.
But that
I'm sure
that doesn't happen to me as much anymore,
sure I
but
hit
that
the deck.
has happened to me a lot of times. No, you didn't. You were just like, you were like, what did you just attempt to say?
That's so funny. Anyway. No, I don't remember that one instance, but I'm sure I tackled.
Hilarious. It was funny for me.
Very bad.
Yeah,
That's a real struggle.
I'm sure there's probably been moments in this podcast that I could go back and be like, slow that down a bit.
People are over here on my side being like, spit it out. Spit it out.
That body motion is hilarious because sometimes that's how I be feeling.
I know.
When you be pausing, I'm like, get it out.
Then I'll black out and I'll forget entirely the whole point of the conversation.
Then I'm gone. Then I black out and I'm done.
Super dangerous territory.
Hilarious.
Never know what's quite going on.
I feel like I'm progressively looking worse for these podcasts.
Me too. I was just thinking the same thing about
Like
myself.
worse and worse and worse. Oh no! You know who I'd love to see an interview with their whole family?
Who?
Adam Sandler.
Oh my
His
god.
whole family. I'd like to see, because one,
Does he have any siblings?
I have no idea.
I wonder.
I wonder too, because all I've ever heard about him is that he's the nicest, most genuine, generous guy, and that appears to be true across the board with the movies he makes, with everything. And
He would be my occasional answer to, like, if I could sit down and have dinner with anyone or something.
what a good question. Okay, give me your three. If it had to be maybe
Do we
five.
want to do like if you could time travel type of thing for people?
Anyone. I say living or dead, and non-fiction and fictional characters.
Okay.
I'm in only three.
What's the purpose of the meal? Just to get to have the conversation with this person or character.
I'd go with
thing.
Good food too, but also
but like in terms of the choice,
you can ask them questions, you can have conversations, but they're gonna come as they are.
Yeah.
So like you can't control that in terms of what you're able to get from them.
No.
But yeah, just to have a dinner, whatever you want to make that, whether it's just conversational or if it's a full interview, whatever you want. But top three.
But cracking it down a bit. Why do I keep saying crack down for everything? I can't think of any other phrase.
I love
or
it.
Words that I'm trying to
ladies
use.
and gents.
Like
You want to know why I just started laughing? It's because I just glanced over at, so over on our fridge we have a whiteboard, and currently it has an out-of-date leftovers menu and a freezer menu on it. Freezer menu was the most genius idea. We addressed that some episode. Same with the leftovers menu, just needs updated. But all I pictured was whenever you just wrote, well, first off, she's written a couple funny things on that whiteboard, but one day I just woke up and all that was written on there was in giant letters, "It's time to lock in." No, like
that was funny.
it was when we were talking about like getting the podcast up and running, but yeah, it was in cursive.
Yeah.
And then another one that really killed me was that like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my boyfriend made crab legs, like steamed crab legs, and at one point we were both in the fridge, and we were cleaning out the fridge, and it smelled like crap. Like it smelled like we were absolutely in a seafood joint. Like it
fully.
And that was the only seafood in there. We were on a boat in that moment with the lobsters. And Kate, all of a sudden, like I'm on the other side of the kitchen now, and our kitchen's not big, it's maybe 7 feet across. And I look over. Kate has like the little expo marker just in the tips of her fingers, and she's like leaned over something and just writes. All of a sudden, like the scene ends, we move on, and I look at the whiteboard later, and it just says in cursive, it just says absolute crap.
God, what the first word was this whole time. I was waiting for it.
And it was like one word, absolute crap. Like,
and I kind of like remembered writing that, but at the same time,
for no reason. Like we were just talking about how the whiteboard was empty. The absolute crap.
Absolute crap.
It stayed up there for like 4 days.
And in cursive.
It was really funny. So I just remember like thinking like, oh, what's she writing? And like a couple hours later, like, noticing.
I remember you.
That's so funny.
Just keeping everyone on their toes.
I like if I write on there, it's very type A. Like there's a menu where there's stuff.
Yeah, no. Sometimes I just
random cursive like phrases. That's like it's really funny.
Yeah, we need to keep that up.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is super good. I had a thing to. Back to our question. Back to the whole thing. Oh my god.
Picture us rewatching this and never addressing. Get to an answer. Like, can we stay on one thought, please? Ever longer than 10 seconds?
Because when you just started cackling there, I thought you were laughing at how like
slow you were taking.
Sentence I was going, and then I went. And like froze for 3 seconds.
No, I was laughing.
I was absolutely intrigued at what you were laughing at.
That's hilarious. No, yeah.
Oh,
what's that?
I don't know. It's already scabbed up.
Yeah, scrape.
Ow, it hurts.
Kate's got a mystery scrape, guys.
There's no.
You also remember?
here.
Wait, do you also remember, guys, one time Kate,
There's still not back to this.
one time Kate, though, I really needed help. For some reason, the bed screws on my bed frame progressively, like, progressively get looser, and I don't know why. And
Felt that pain again.
it's help to get my mattress off my bed frame. But I could tighten all the screws because I was nervous it was gonna collapse. My mattress, for some reason, is like so unnecessarily heavy. It's like ridiculously heavy.
Yeah,
It
you've got a queen in there, dude, don't you?
It's a queen, but it's not like one of those ones you got from Amazon. Like, it's a heavy duty. It's technically, it was a.
Did I need to be in between the slats though?
You didn't need to be. You chose that.
No, I think it had to do with the system of getting the mattress off. I was thinking,
Potentially.
but then, the weight of the mattress took me
Also,
not
no, I didn't
down,
get
but
there
took
yet.
me over.
I didn't get there. Still setting up.
Oh yeah, exposition. That's why she tells
In the
stories.
exposition. Well, no, for once you
Why are
jumped to
my
the end.
eyebrows always giving worry these days?
What? Stop, hilarious. Second off, that was the first time I've ever heard you jump to the end of a story before 30 minutes had gone by.
I'm giving all the unnecessary details.
Yeah. Now you gave none. No details.
Find the between,
Just the
Kate.
punchline.
Find me.
Knows what happened for the mattress to push you.
I got up so loft, everyone. This before.
Kidding. I didn't know the correlation thing. See, this is how it's normally supposed to go. This is way more on brand
for a couple
Yeah.
days now.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
This is way more on brand for our normal cadence of
I
communication.
swear to God. I'm happy for everyone it works for, but
Didn't work for you.
no, I don't know what you wanted to say right there. But couldn't cry,
Yeah.
couldn't laugh.
That's awful.
Yeah, I know.
Literally terrible.
Versus like my sister's been on it for 13 years or something.
I know people it works for, but I've
I
also
just don't
heard that
think
feedback.
That was the root. That's the root of my issues.
No, that's usually those things are more like symptoms to suppression things.
Not laughing.
Not laughing at Kate's giant trauma, but
no, just letting everyone know it feels good to be laughing from the belly.
sorry.
Back to the story, and then back to the question.
Back to
My
the story,
goodness.
and then back to the question. Yeah. So story time. Story. Basically, I needed help. I needed Kate's help because my mattress is ridiculously heavy. Like, it takes, honestly, Kate and I couldn't carry it together. We would need a third person. I'm not kidding. Like,
Yeah.
it's that heavy. And
Remember,
all I needed to do was, my bed's against a corner. It's in a corner. All I needed to do was just like tilt the mattress off the bed frame, just like stand it up on its side, and then I needed to get in there and tighten all the screws because it was loose. And the slats on my bed frame are pretty close together, like maybe only like to the width, like the
You have
width.
to really
Yeah, because I was told when I got that mattress, because I got that mattress from a acquaintance of mine, and it was originally like an $1,800 mattress, and he got it for $200 because he worked at a mattress store, and it's one that has springs in it and foam, so that's the reason it's so heavy. And I tested out. I'd never tested. Have you ever gone mattress shopping, or have you just ordered from Amazon?
Order from Amazon.
The first time you ever go mattress shopping, you're gonna never want to do it another way.
Real mattress money.
Yeah, that was
For
well.
myself.
I didn't either. I got that again at a $1,600 discount. People, it was like a long story of why I got it so discounted, but excuse me. He basically recommended to me because, but first off, you gotta go, even if you don't buy a mattress, go mattress shopping because you just get to like lay. They recommend that you lay for like 5 minutes so that your body can adjust so you can really feel if you like it or not. And when you test like 10 mattresses, like, that's 50 minutes of laying. You think that's 50 minutes of laying in a public place, acting as if you're going to sleep, but you're not. And it's a really cool experience.
Yeah, I'd love that.
It's a really cool experience. Yeah. But anyway, so he recommended me, he was like, you got to get slats that are no more than, he gave me like a measurement because he was like, you have springs in yours. So eventually, if you want, he was like, this mattress could last you like 10, 15 years, but the springs will start to go through the slats if they're too wide. If you get like what the Amazon bed frame that has like the metal slats that are thin. Yeah. So my slats are like thicker and they're wood. Yeah. So Kate was helping me move my ridiculously heavy mattress off of my bed frame. So I'm down there tightening the screws, doing whatnot, and all of a sudden there's a big commotion. I'm like head down tightening these screws, and all of a sudden I like look up and Kate is like, what happened?
I don't even remember. I was trying to, because the mattress was
toppling.
It wasn't on the AC side, it was on the door side, right?
Yes, correct.
Way. Something had happened where how I was standing and where the weight of the mattress was going.
It started to fall.
Up. It started to fall. And so I needed to
in Kate's head, happened, she needed to catch it and save it.
Yeah, because like rooms are not huge, and that mattress would have like, I don't know, could have done
damage. I'm not gonna lie, it's heavy and my room's not that big.
If that just went down, that could have done a lot of damage. I decided to take that damage right on my ankle.
Right
on my ankle bone.
All of a sudden,
I had to sliver a foot up to like.
That's how it happened.
To like catch it
out of the slat.
Exactly.
Well, everything happened too fast for either of us to remember. But all I know is
I had a
next thing we know, Kate is gushing blood, and there's like a deep gash in her ankle bone, and she all of a sudden is like,
I was like trying to be so fine,
like it's gonna pass, and then like 2-3 minutes later, she's like, it's actually the pain's getting worse, and I don't. She's like, that's never happened before. I don't. She's normally like gets better or the shock wears off, but like it's getting worse, Mace. Like
I was trying to assure her,
and
I was like, no, I'm okay. I was like,
gotta tighten this last bolt.
Yeah. Like I was like, it's just the initial shock. Like I'll be fine. Look down, blood's pouring down my leg. It's getting worse. I'm like blacking out. Oh my god!
So we're still holding up this like heavy ass mattress.
Yeah, I'm still.
I still need her help getting it back onto my bed frame. My bed frame's not high either, guys. Like this shouldn't have been a hard project. I don't think.
No, like 2 seconds went up to the. I was not locked in. It was not cracked down.
Yeah, I think you got like slightly distracted by something.
I definitely. Oh, I turned away as I was holding it. Yeah, it started to go and the weight of that just. I'd like to say I saved some of the damage from Macy's property.
Yeah, I think you probably did. I'm not gonna lie. But we'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll absolutely never know. Okay, back to the question. Kate.
So what I'm saying is like
I have no idea what you're saying.
Figure out the words to get out.
Like what kind of dinner it is?
No. No, it's dinner.
I think I can answer your question. I don't even know what it is. I think you, as the host of the dinner, determine the purpose. Determine how it's... Yeah, so it's just the guests that are more...
I'm trying to get to...
Okay, so this really opened up... I'm not going to lie. All my answers now, I don't know what I'm going to say because when I added in fictional characters, that changed everything for me.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe
we do two separate answers.
Like fictional. All non-fictional, all fictional?
Yeah.
Okay, so non-fictional, living or dead. Anyone in any space of time. Mm-hmm. Fictional... from anywhere, book, cartoon, TV, movie, story, etc. Ghost
tale. I might need to think about this for like longer than a couple seconds.
It's 20 minutes of silence or like this. We just let them watch our thoughts. What if wouldn't it be funny? Yeah, wouldn't it be funny if
thought bubbles?
Wouldn't be funny at all for anyone on the audio, but on the video, our thoughts.
Thought bubbles.
So what if it's somehow accurate? I need AI to be able to do that.
Where's your brain going like first? Like what
my brain annoyingly, admittedly, just because I'm so obsessed with it right now, and that's who I have a current TV crush on, immediate answer was Conrad Fisher.
Yeah.
And there's the thing is I actually have not a single question I want to ask him as a fictional character because I'd be like, I know more about you than you know about yourself. I'd give him a quick, swift, little to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, bud, I know you don't know me and you're at this random dinner, but you need to step it up with Belly.
Yeah.
So he would only be an answer simply because I would want to just be in the same presence and vicinity as a Conrad Fisher, but he wouldn't be an actual answer. No, because there would be nothing interesting that I think that he could offer me.
Right.
In terms of what's going on with him, because I'm seeing it going on with him and watching him deny it as a character.
Yeah.
Okay.
My brain didn't go anywhere first, which really pissed me off.
I think for nonfiction,
a fleeting something.
Nonfiction, my first answer would be Albert Einstein. I think that would be.
It's a good one.
That would be.
It's a really good one.
Followed up by, I think Theo Vaughn.
Holy hell! I would love the chance to get that and sit down with Theo.
Yeah, and those two together, I think, would just be hilarious. Especially because Albert Einstein was like a little crazy, but also like so smart beyond anything.
Mm-hmm.
Theo Vaughn questioning him and being like, yeah, but how? Like, and Albert Einstein having like an actual answer. Like, I don't know. I just think that would be really interesting. Granted, I don't know Albert's personality, but
yeah.
Wait a second. Did you just clock that the first name Albert?
Albert.
Have you heard that in anyone other than Albert Einstein? Just Albert?
Not personally.
Like a Bert.
But I've definitely heard.
An Al, an Alberto. Albert?
I'm not sure. I'm saying I think I have yet.
Next plant name.
Albert.
That's
perfect. Who just brought up Albert Einstein?
Me?
No. What if that was serious? What if I was so serious though? It's crazy.
Oh no.
I am serious, but no.
My brain honestly was concerned for a second.
Someone else recently brought up Albert Einstein.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. His birthday's March 14th.
Who was it that's going to piss me right
Birthday's pi. 3.14.
That's wild for him.
Shares a birthday with my brother. That's how I know that.
He was in... Did you watch Oppenheimer?
No, I didn't. I know, and I love Cillian Murphy. I know.
It actually was a long movie that I was like, went by quickly.
Did it depress you? Because it seems depressing.
Yeah, it was like...
I don't know if I want to... Those ones are so tough for me.
Not in a way that like affected me for days.
I think it's more so just that it's true. And I've already done a lot of research into like the first nuclear bomb and just like, and it's just like, that was the first. And now we've gotten to the point where like every world leader like has the potential to like, every like powerful world leader has the potential to kill the world with it. That I'm just like, I don't know if I want to watch that.
That's fair.
I went and saw Barbie though during the Barbenheimer thing.
Oh yeah. I
didn't love it as much as everyone else did.
It had potential to.
It had mixed messaging.
Than it was.
Is just how I feel about it. It had absolutely mixed messaging about what it means to be a complex, powerful, confident woman.
And I know what I know what Greta Gerwig was trying to do, and I do too. She was doing the best.
And it's an amicable.
For sure.
For sure. But
I don't think it was.
It's trying to make women men. It was trying to make women men, and that's not.
Yeah.
To me, that's not progressive.
And. Yeah, it just wasn't like groundbreaking in the like female empowerment space.
No, it was really like aesthetically, it was cool. The concept was cool. The acting was fun. Yeah,
really fun. It had its moment with America Ferrera's monologue being all, like so.
And it made a lot of good points, but it drove
as a whole.
It made a lot of good points of what women, but it didn't introduce any actual like, what is the word? Oh my god, what is the word I'm thinking of? Solutions or any actual like paths forward of how women can combat that. It's just like now the world was all women centric, men weren't welcome.
But I agree with you. I think
I just think that you're not gonna and I just think if you're like going for, and especially someone who's like as smart and as evolved as Greta Gerwig, I guess I don't know her or know anyone on that cast. That'd be cool though. But like I just feel like if you're switching men and women, like that's not feminism either. Like that's not. They just like switched like now all of a sudden men were getting shit on and women were in charge of everything, and like that's not better.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
But fun. Didn't see Oppenheimer. Will at some point.
It was so good.
It's not a priority of mine, but I will want to see it, and I do love Cillian Murphy, and I'm sure he played that role out the
Oh
ass.
my god, it was insane.
Ooh, he's so good.
He's so good.
Was he better
I
as
miss
that or
Peaky
Tommy
Blinders.
Shelby though?
I
Tommy Shelby
was
might be an answer.
so upset. I was gonna say
Tommy
Arthur.
Shelby?
I was gonna say I might sit down with Arthur. Arthur Shelby.
Really?
I had such
Don't tell me
an
crap.
upset. No, like just like
How did I know this?
infatuation, but not like in a.
I thought if
With that
anything, you would have
character.
liked the youngest brother. I forget his name.
Michael?
Mike. No, Michael's the cousin.
Oh no,
right?
Michael's a cousin.
I hate him. If
But yeah,
anyone's
he
watched
ended up
Peaky
being-
Blinders, I legitimately despise Michael.
I
Same with Anya
Same.
Taylor-Joy's character. Get out of here.
Oh yeah.
Sir, but you're not centric to
Oh,
plot.
I didn't like
Go
that
away.
I need to. I struggle with the long TV shows that I only watch through once.
Yeah.
Like all the
I
details
forget
need
his
to
name,
get
but
whenever
I
you
thought
guys
you'd
said
like the
that. Arthur.
youngest brother.
Is the youngest brother?
Sorry, if you've watched
Not Arthur?
Peaky Blinders.
Isn't Arthur the youngest? No, they have a third.
He does coke a lot. Oh, they all do. But
Yeah, but what's his name?
I can't remember his name either.
Peaky Blinders.
The brothers. But Arthur, really? Don't you think that like it'd be like hard to have a conversation with Arthur? Given that
Thomas-
it's like so
Thomas,
hot.
Arthur, John,
John.
and Finn.
It's John.
Who's Finn?
Finn's the
Oh,
youngest.
Finn's
Finn's
the
like the one. He's like a
youngest.
kid in season 1. He's like a literal kid. Yeah, John.
John,
That's the
I-
youngest brother. John. Do you not remember him? He's
No, I
only in
remember,
2
but
seasons.
I don't remember. Like, I need to watch like a recap.
But Arthur, what
I
over Tom.
he just
Explain that
no,
to me.
Yeah, his character, his just like personality in that character, and every like,
Mm-hmm.
and his choices and his downs and his ups and his everything, like, and
He's
his
so violent for
comedy.
me. Like it.
he is yes
That show, there was
But
moments that I like couldn't watch.
the arc of him and just him in general. I don't know. He like. I just feel like sitting down with him, I would
Yeah.
have such an interesting, intriguing time. Which I would also love the chance to get to sit down with Tommy.
Mm.
But if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick Arthur. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've got one seated at your fictional table.
Yeah.
No one at
Yeah.
your non-fictional table right now.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah,
2 at my non-fictional, and I've got Tommy Shelby in my fictional.
Yeah, we can put a couple seats around the table. I like that idea better.
What are we
Wait,
doing?
who do you
3 and
have?
3?
Oh, I like 3 and 3. When did we decide that? Yes.
I'm gonna have to go back in the recording because I swear on my life we've decided we're gonna do it. No, but I don't know
I
if it
thought
was
we were
so.
doing one fictional, one.
Oh, I was thinking one fictional table, one non-fictional table, 3 seats at each. I might have just established that in my head.
That's okay.
But that's
Who's
a
at your
dinner
table
party.
so far?
So in my non-fiction, I've got Albert Einstein and Theo Vaughn, and then in my fictional table, I've got Tommy Shelby.
Perfect.
Okay.
My non-fictional.
Oh my god, I'd like to introduce a rule to this dinner as well.
'Kay.
You can't lie.
'Kay.
Guests can't lie. No one can lie.
'Kay.
But I guess I said they come as they are. But no, new rule, they can't lie. They can just not answer questions if you ask them questions. They can't lie.
Got it. I like that.
You're getting full truth from whatever guests you're deciding to bring into your dinner.
Part of me really wants to sit down with Eric and Lyle Menendez.
Okay.
But I
Those two?
know so
Not like
much.
bad.
I fear I'd jump across that table
And kill him.
right upon him having.
What about the
seat.
mom?
Sam?
Imagine just being a guest at one of their family dinners.
I can't believe we need to watch.
Oh my
at
God,
least
yeah.
that doc. It's
Guys,
only
I
an
don't
hour
know
long.
much. I'm really out of the loop on the Menendez case. I don't know like anything. I know what Kate has told me, which
I
has
went
been
down
a good
and-
bit, but
Absolute rabbit hole when the show came out, and I did watch the show first, but then I went absolutely down the research rabbit hole, and I watched all of the other like factual based documentaries. There's so many reenactments.
she was
of
watching the
everything.
trials. I would get home and she'd have the trial
I
on.
had Court TV on.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong,
24/7.
I'm interested in this, but I was like, oh my god,
I
I'm gonna go
needed
down a
to
dark
know
depression.
The details on how
I
these
can't do it.
trials
I
went,
literally
because
can't watch it.
on how the trials went, not necessarily like the detail.
No,
Everyone
that's
knows
but
enough
that's what I
details
mean.
about
That's the part
that.
that I can't watch the trials because of the reason you want to watch trials, because you want to know what could have possibly happened that made it all go that way. I'm guessing, like how it
Yeah.
possibly went that they were found, like everything you've described to me that makes you mad, you're wanting to see it all play out.
I need to
seeing it all play out
bones.
just makes like a rage start in my gut and just like failed.
I
and
was
like
not
I
okay
get, like,
for like
I was gonna say I get like a burning, like an actual like I feel like
no, my
agitated
mom was
to the point where I'm snapping at people in my life. Like I'm like because the injustice. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't do that to myself because I know
my trials were going on.
And like that's what I'm saying. Like I know you, so I guess I'm shocked you do that too. But like you know me, like I won't be able to let it go. Like I'd be like
yeah.
Arguing.
I think you're stronger in that capacity than you think. I think you've seen a lot of other real stories and things that have gone.
One that's as like the injustice of this one, the fact that two men suffered through getting assaulted by their father, and a jury of 12 people told them that can't happen to them. That's impossible. You actually don't have the parts for that to happen. Like, everything.
Judge said that, actually.
The judge said that. Okay, my misunderstanding.
In trial, too.
That's like, but the fact that all the,
use
like,
the sexual
that's so far, that's not just invalidating someone's, like, emotions. It's not just, like, invalidating their perspective. It is invalidating the most traumatic event that had probably happened to them up until that point in their life. And I can't imagine what that does to a person. Like, I can't watch it because even right now I can feel, I'm like, I could talk about this for the next 2 hours now. No. I'm pissed. Like,
my mom
can't
was
watch it.
genuinely worried about me for like a month.
I believe it.
I would
have been
so
if I was there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we can't forget about the question. So you've got Eric and Lyle at your table. At your non-fic, you've got Arthur Shelby. So who's the third gonna be with them?
I know.
Hopefully something that makes them laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Like maybe Adam Sandler. That was a really good start.
He's one. He might also be my third one because he's just.
Seems...
I almost want to invite 3 people who like I wouldn't ask them any questions. I just get to watch them have one of the most like interesting conversations.
Yeah, that's another one.
Maybe my third would be like Barack Obama.
Oh, that's a good one.
Even potentially Donald Trump.
Yeah.
My role, you can't lie.
Can't lie.
No lying allowed.
Ooh,
and you've got arguably the best scientist of all time. Someone who's already interviewed Trump. And someone who also is like doesn't have a filter and says some of the most off the wall shit. Plus Donnie T. What the hell conversation would that be?
That would be super interesting and insane. Also, with the no lie rule, 100% putting Jose and Kitty in those chairs.
Okay, so over the brothers.
Okay, open the jail gates. They're going to be walking free for the absolute rest of the time they have. No parole officer next to them. They're good. Thank you. Once that dinner's over. Thanks. And everyone who said, yeah, you think they're lying, go straight to hell. Thank you. That's how I'm feeling.
Man, that's so that.
And the third person would be someone to help me with that task.
My brain right now. I also just wonder, like, I don't know how this is about to sound coming out of my mouth, but I'm just curious of your opinion. No, because this is the first time on the podcast I've thought about saying something and legitimately have like gone back in my mind and been like, maybe don't say that. Like, don't know what. But I'll introduce it in a soft way, like the thought that just all the thoughts that ran through my brain because they go through very fast. But given that our justice system is not a rehabilitative justice system. It says it's supposed to be. It's not. It absolutely debilitates people. Once you're in the system, it's very hard to get out. And not only that, it introduces a world of traumas you didn't endure before you even got in there. So then when you're coming across people like this who were put in there, whether your opinion is wrongfully or unwrongfully, that's kind of irrelevant. But people who had good hearts, who were very wronged by their parents and who did the best they could with the tools that they were given at that moment to make themselves feel safe again. All that being said, they've now been there. How long have they been in jail?
Since 93.
Shit, way longer than I thought you were going to say right off the bat.
And they did not see each other until 22 years after they got
27 years.
They didn't see each other until 22 years after
32 years. Sorry, I can't do math.
I wasn't even trying, so I was just trusting whatever you were saying out
I
loud.
was wrong.
Just fine.
They didn't see each other until 22 years after they got put in.
Yeah, so after the second trial, when they were convicted of first degree without the possibility of parole, were woken up at some point in the middle of the night in their cell and taken into 2 separate cars, not told anything, just that they were being transferred, get in 2 separate vans. Vans start driving next to each other. Blah, blah, blah. They get to an intersection.
Yeah, that's
Split
when you told
up,
me that.
aren't able to talk to each other. They were able to write to each other, but didn't see or talk to each other for 22 years.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. I like literally that's like evil. But that's okay, so that's my whole point. The justice system is set up almost to just make it easy to treat humans like sheep, to just shuffle them where they need to go, to almost put them through scenarios that breaks down their willpower so that they just listen, so they're compliant entirely. And they go through traumas, and then something like this happens, and rightfully so, it's like, nope, they get them out without parole, they need to live the rest of their lives. At that point, though, the justice system has broken down these human beings to the point where they don't know how to exist in society outside of hard-pressed for anyone to convince me that they haven't been affected in some deep way by the 32 years they've spent in prison.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, and so that's what I'm saying. Like, once all that happens to people who otherwise, like, came into there, yes, they maybe broke the law. I don't know why I put that in quotes. Yes, they maybe broke the law that is in current day practice, but the law evolves and changes. But intentions weren't, it was justice. Intentions were bad, or even if you take it to other cases where it's like they were wrongfully convicted, or all the intention was good.
They were gonna die.
And then that's what I'm saying. And then they go through this system that isn't helping them heal, isn't helping them even recognize what they went through before they got in there, let alone work through what they're now going to endure in these facilities, in these prisons, being separated in an awful way from your family. Like, they will need help adjusting back into society. And
they've got their whole family,
then it's like
20-something members.
But okay, so say, let's go hypothetical. They don't have that. They don't have any of that. And they're showing signs of, like, now trauma that's been endured from the facilities, where it's like, okay, maybe they wouldn't be the safest to put back into society. What do you do now as a country that you're the reason you made people, not you as in the system, is the reason.
Yeah.
And now, like, it's not their fault that they can't, like, it's, I just, like, because you know where my brain went immediately when I had the thought of, like, what's actually best case scenario for everyone at this point, when you can't undo the past, when you can't undo all that now the country has made them go through, to keep them safe and everyone around them safe. And my brain immediately went to, this is going to sound crazy, and it's not like I'm comparing the two at all, but Yellow Jackets, I thought about Shauna and how everything that happened to them out in that woods is what made Shauna who she is as the adult version today. And had that not happened, she wouldn't be a flight risk to society. Yeah. She went through trauma and it's not her fault. And she was wronged, and there should have been help for her when she got out, but now there wasn't, and now she's a flight risk to the people around her. So, like, what do you do? What does anyone do? What is that? And who takes responsibility? And who comes in and says, like, everything's just too, like, clusterfucked at this point. I feel like with the justice system, like, it's so, like, how do you fix it? Where do you start? What do you look at?
No,
like,
I think the reason the talk that this was even gonna be an option, and possibly a great option, was because of somehow what they've been able to turn their prison experience into.
Yeah,
like,
and some people are able to do that, and that's beautiful.
Yeah,
they're doing it against all
graduating
odds.
College, helping other people in these programs, helping other people who are gonna be released back out, mentor them so that they don't end up back here. They're doing shit like that.
They're starting programs like that?
They've already been doing that. Eric teaches
not only
speech
does
therapy
that's
to
the craziest part. Not
everyone,
only does the
talks
justice
to
system now
elders.
owe them an apology, they need to pay it forward to the Menendez brothers for actively fixing their system after they were wronged by it.
Because by trial 2, abuse excuse was not even allowed to
What?
be
That's
the
insane
case.
to me. And correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know their parents. Wasn't their dad like wealthy and connected?
Oh my God.
And
Yeah. That's why they
so like all the
that's why they
people
blamed
that
the
are out,
mafia.
that's what I'm saying.
That
So
was like a realistic.
and like all the people out there that are saying like they had other options, in what world? And in anyone's world, if you put yourself actively into their shoes, when your dad can buy off anyone.
Eric thought he was literally going to finally escaping by going to school and getting away from the house, and like a week before he was about to leave,
I like hate hearing it.
I know, was like, yeah, no, you're staying here.
Man, this opened my whole brain on a whole like, because now I'm just thinking about like, I'm like, you could say this for so many people that are incarcerated right now, of like, sure, they might have quote unquote broken the law, but people that, stole to provide for the people that they need to provide for, because the systems are what kept them from getting where they needed to. And yes, like overall, this country's in a better place than it's been in for the past like 30 years. Like we are making progress, but also there's still systematic differences.
But also
and there just is, and that's okay to admit. It's not. I think every person is capable of becoming what they want to become, but that doesn't mean every person's not going to face different obstacles than the other.
Right.
And a lot of those are through the systems that are in place, and that's okay to admit. It's
Right.
okay to acknowledge and say it's no one's fault, but we're here. It's not any group of people's fault. Some more than others, but it also is like, we're just here. And so what do we do from here?
No, and the fact that they were doing all of this before the popularity of the show just like reignited
stuff?
their case. Yeah, for when they thought, knew in their brains there was no more chances, no more shots that they were ever going to be free men, that they were ever going to get out of this system, and they're helping these other guys who are getting that chance.
That makes me want to cry.
I know. Yeah.
Like that's what and that wasn't, I hate to break it to United States of America, that wasn't because of the good system you guys have in place.
Ding ding ding.
Ding 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 ding.
Ding ding ding.
Ding ding ding.
Quite literally.
Ding ding dingle bop. Have we addressed that yet? Have we
dingleberry.
explained that we call each other Ding?
I don't think so.
Guys, we have our nickname for each other.
I'm never sure where
Not a
it
clue
came
where
from.
it came from.
Yeah.
We call each other Ding though. Like that's just what we call each other.
And we've been calling each other that. I think
Dingle.
since
It started with
Dingle.
wait, Dingbat. It started with
Did it?
a Glee quote, wasn't it? Da da da, you dingbat. Wait, what? It's a quote from something.
Is it? That might have.
Or we started noticing it as a quote after we started calling each other that. But I think maybe like you as a joke called me
I
Dingbat.
don't remember the
or something.
origin. Probably maybe.
Or Dingleberry.
Dingleberry. Yeah, I
Either
still throw
Dingleberry
those
or
out.
Dingbat.
They come
And
very
then I think
natural.
we started calling each other that, and then it just kind of like latched on, like ding,
Yeah.
and like dingy, dingle, like
Yeah.
that's just what we call it. But yes, if you ever hear us say that, just know we're referring to each other.
Wait, okay. I'm really trying to finish this.
This dinner thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Like you in that setting, you'd need someone who could like make light of the darkness. Like
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe Pete.
Pete would be a good one.
Pete would be a good one.
I was just listening to
I
an
love
interview with
Pete.
Pete Davidson, and he was talking about getting his tattoos removed.
Oh my God, I know.
And I've got to say, he's describing a far different process from what I went through.
I thought the same thing when
process
I
he's
came across
describing,
that.
Like, I wonder if, I mean, granted, he's like famous and has money, so I'm thinking maybe he has a process that's expedited,
Yeah.
or that maybe works better, the more expensive, like the top notch.
Not needing 18 million
But
sessions.
even to my understanding, because what he even described about, he basically said he is like they remove, like they burn off the top layer of your skin, and then you wait 10 weeks, and then they continuously burn it off until the tattoo's gone. But to my understanding, how tattoos even work is that once the ink goes in under your skin, the proteins that come, or maybe it's not proteins, but the cells that come to attack the ink because it's a foreigner are the very things that keep it in place. And your skin is constantly shedding itself anyway, so no removal of any layer of skin, considering it's penetrating the first like 4 to 5 layers, or maybe it's even like 6 layers, because I think there's 7 layers of skin before you hit the barrier.
Yeah.
No amount of removing that layer of skin is going to get it off, to my understanding, because I've had one tattoo removed, and it's not, it is painful, but not in the way he's describing. There was no open wounds on my body.
Yeah.
And it is like you do have to keep like it's like open, almost like it looks like a rug burn, but it's not like an open gash in the way he's describing. But again, maybe his process is different, but it blew my brain hearing his process. But it was more so almost just like blood vessels were popped underneath my skin, and the skin itself was like tender and sensitive, but it wasn't like an open wound. It was almost like a burn, like a burn combined with a rug burn scab kind of
what
thing.
he's trying to do with how
many he has. Because
Because
it's based on what he's saying. He said he'll be getting them off till he's about 40, and he said they go like section by section almost. But it sounds like, because what they described to me what was happening and how you get a tattoo removed is that the laser. Maybe. I don't know. That'd be cool.
That's crazy. Did you hear it?
No. That the laser like breaks apart the ink under your skin, and then your skin, or like the organ of your skin, metabolizes the ink and excises it out slowly as the laser, after another 10 weeks, then breaks the ink apart in your skin already, and then your skin metabolizes it because it's no longer like holding it in place how a tattoo's working. So I don't know. I was listening to his process and I was like, he's either bullshitting the public and making this sound like it's like a way more intense process than it, because it is intense, and with the amount of tattoos, it is painful. But he was describing like walking around like he had a full like he'd been through like a 5th-degree burn on his arm, like with like a he can't go.
It was dramatic. I don't remember exactly, but I remember it being.
I just saw it last night, and I remember being like, "It can go that way for me." Have you ever seen?
Wait, yeah, that's my 3. Now I got to think of the nonfiction.
And Pete Davidson. Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't. Not Joey J.
I just feel like I'll get that in real life at some point.
No, I'm so with that. Let's move on to the next fictional table.
Yeah.
Wait, so you finished out your nonfiction. Okay, so my nonfiction is Albert, Theo. I've got to decide between either Barack or Trump.
I know that's an interesting choice.
I feel like I would either want
you'd like
Albert, Barack, and Trump. Especially because they can't lie, so it can't turn into a debate.
No, it can't.
Things only turn into a debate when there's a differing of mindsets. But
exactly.
if I mean, I guess there could still be a differing of opinions, but that would just show me true colors, and that's really interesting. What the actual opinions are. But you can't contradict fact because you can't lie.
Right.
And so that would be. I think it would be Albert. Maybe Albert, Barack, and Shane Gillis. No, I think just because of the truth stipulation, I would just want Trump in there just because I just want to know.
Yeah, we need to know.
I just want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I already do, but I'd like to know first. And I'd also like to have, it'd be Albert, Theo, and Trump.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, so moving on to fiction. You've got Arthur, I've got Tommy at my table.
I'd love that for us. Trying to see if there's any TWD I want to have.
I was about to say, part of me was thinking Daryl, but...
He'd be quiet one. He'd just have his face in the plate the whole time.
He'd just be grunting. Been a while since I've eaten.
Every scene of him ever eating something, he's just...
Yeah, he is just like devouring it.
Been this close to Jeffrey Dean, so I'm like...
Why waste it on that? You'll get that
opportunity
again. Shit.
Even though Negan would be the person I'd be having, but...
Oh, shit. Yeah, that'd be kind of scary. What if he killed you?
Lucille may not be invited.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, but we know his true character.
We do.
We're in the know about that.
Arthur.
This is a tough one. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm trying to think of a woman.
I think my next one would be Violet Soaringale from the Empyrean series, the Fourth Wing books. Simply because she's like... You'd have to read the books. Although I haven't read the newest one, so I don't know where her character goes. But she's just one of the... like seemingly, physically, like meek, kind of weak, small, like soft, feminine, but one of the strongest, most like determined, has willpower out. Like I just think she'd be a really good opposition to Tommy Shelby, someone who is so strong and so like such a backbone for the people around him, but is so out of touch with his own emotions that he literally is like a ticking fucking time bomb. He goes from like 0 to the most violent man you've ever seen in like 2 seconds. Whereas Violet Soaringale Well, that's how I feel about Tommy Shelby. Like, I just think he is like the definition of like tortured poet society. Like, he, not even that. He's just like tortured. And I think Violet Sorrengail would be a nice offset to that. Plus, she like is like bonded to a dragon. I'd like to hear all about what that feels like and like what it feels like to ride a dragon.
Ooh, Glinda's coming.
What an excellent answer.
Glinda's coming for sure. I needed to look at my Letterboxd films that I've watched.
That might have just replaced Violet for me because of her with Tommy Shelby. Just picturing that, like.
Yeah.
Also,
and her and Arthur would be funny too.
So that, are we making it in this hypothetical dinner that, because these are from 2 different time periods in different lands, are they all meeting? Yeah, add someone else. I think I agree. Just
Kitty, just fuck you. You should have never had kids. Anyway. Yeah.
So you need another one for your nonfiction character. Yeah. But the reason I'm saying that about Tommy, like he just seems like he.
Yeah.
And I feel like Glinda would just like. Oh, but what I was gonna say is, are we bringing them because they're all from different like worlds and different time periods?
We're all bringing them to ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Copy.
Yeah.
So it's a dinner party right here in our party.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly right.
Showing up with his like razors and his hats, and like Glinda showing up in her dress, like in her bubble. Just be like, hi, welcome.
So funny. Like who's the third is all I'm wondering right now.
Welcome to K-Town. Welcome to our street.
Welcome to Kate. Yeah, in our bubble. It's like, I'm gonna just keep the bubble.
Yeah. Stop.
Here.
Wow. Oh, I'll just keep it.
Yeah. Oh shit. Maybe Jim Carrey.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jim would put his hands on Jose for sure. So would Pete. Yeah, that seems like a good. Yeah.
So would Pete.
So Arthur, we're both having Glinda.
We're both having Glinda. I'm having Tommy. I'm trying to think like what some of my favorite movies and shit. I would maybe
pull up your letter.
No, stop. You know who I want to replace both of them with right now?
No.
Is the Janko brothers from 21 Jump Street. Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum. But the brothers specifically as like undercover cops.
Yeah.
Like bringing them like telling them it's an undercover operation to dinner. Like
that's a good one.
Their dynamic.
My name's What about like Jake Johnson and Max Greenfield?
Stop.
Or, like,
well, those would go at your non-fictional.
I know.
Oh, frig. There's so many good options. I want to have dinner with everyone.
I know.
No, we need final answers locked in. Let's give ourselves each 20 seconds to lock in a final answer. Okay. Yeah. Let's go.
No, that's gonna stress me out. Okay. For both?
Both.
My brain goes blank when I'm pressured like this.
Same, but I'm here and with it.
Okay. This is just movies. And you look at my likewise to see shows. My brain needs visual references. So I can't think about anything. Eddie Murphy would be fun too.
Yeah, that would be really fun.
My mom showed me so many of his like 90s movies before we left. Like Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places. I loved them all.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
I'm so struggling right now.
Me too.
I'm on struggle bus.
I know there's characters I absolutely love.
I can't think of any, and all I do is think about TV shows.
I know. That's why I'm looking at this.
I'm like looking at my books up there, being like, "Is there any?
I know.
Is there any up there that I'm not thinking of? Like, I can't think of any TV shows right now, and I've seen all of them.
Got Shrinking.
Oh,
there you go. That's nice.
I immediately have rounded out my fictional characters.
Same.
Fictional table's done. I'm one away on my non-fictional because I wanted Theo and Barack aren't doing it for me, but Albert and Donald are really solid answers for me because I just curious how you're going to combat Albert Einstein, Donald. Please try it. But fictional characters, Tommy Shelby, Glinda, Ted Lasso.
Oh, Ted. Ted.
Oh, snap. But also Roy Kent, I want him in there all of a sudden.
Shit. I was gonna go Jesse Pinkman.
Oh, shit, that's good
as
too.
my third.
I'm trying to think what vibe I want for dinner. Because if I'm going a funny dinner, I want Galinda, Ted Lasso, and Roy Kent.
Maybe before the next podcast, we can get onto Milanote and do like a table of 10.
Stop. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. And we'll show you guys our layout and who's sitting where. The seating arrangements
The
as well
seating arrangements
are
very
important. Yeah, very important.
Yeah.
If I could do 4, I would get Tommy. Because I think Tommy, Ted, and Galinda, because they're all way like Ted Lasso and Galinda are way more complex than but they are funny.
Yeah.
With Tommy Shelby, I think that'd be a really interesting dinner. But Ted, Roy, and Galinda would be like a funny dinner.
Yeah.
But I do want a woman in there, and I want
know. I was thinking about that for my nonfiction
a
too.
woman.
I want a woman.
Maybe Kate McKinnon. Shut up.
That's Billy. This fucking dinner.
Albert Einstein, Kate McKinnon, and Donnie T.
Who I think are the funny gals?
Because Donnie T's funny, whether he's the biggest asshole on the planet or not. He's funny.
Funny. Turn off the lights. The tube lights. So low. Turn them off. Come on, everybody now.
Did you see what he just released?
That kills me to this day.
I can't. It kills me too. It's comical at this point.
Speaking of Donnie T, I just need to show you and the viewers.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch this.
Get a kick out of this.
But yeah, no, he released something that was like funny. I'm sorry, but also like the tweet about Melania's pregnant. We're gonna nuke North Korea to reveal gender. Like, yeah, he's the president. I don't think she should be president. Sorry, I'm not Team Trump. But
but like any other job, buddy.
Have literally any other job, and you'd probably get mad support because you're really like you're a big clown, like you love clowning people and you're not bad at it.
Get on
but
stage
you're the president,
with a microphone and actually not have any power.
Do stand up
and just talk.
Just like do stand up, man. Do stand up. You'd be funny. But like you can't be funny in the way that you are because you're also the president and people like rely on you to like survive and not end up homeless and on the street. So you can't like just be cracking jokes like that, man. Know your audience. And your audience is everyone. So you got to be a little more sensitive. This is a really good voice. What's that? Oh.
Brings a different.
Why does it look like that?
It changes every.
Just when the caterpillar thought her life was over, she began to fly. That's fucking beautiful. Unknown?
There's a different quote for every time.
That's beautiful. TikTok, I'm with it. I don't have TikTok, so I didn't know that, but that's sick. Also, for anyone, PSA.
Distracting one.
Oh, nice. PSA, that was not Donald Trump speaking.
You
Just
never
so we're you never did. That was really funny.
You never know.
Yeah, bro. Like, get any other job.
Do anything else.
Just do anything else, man. Like, you'll probably be successful at whatever you do. So just like, that's why he became the president, because probably to prove he could.
Who did I say did I nail down my third nonfiction after Jesse Pinkman, or did I go with that? No, Arthur, Glinda.
You said Jesse Pinkman. I don't know if you.
I just think Jesse Pinkman and Glinda interacting would be super fun.
That would be. Jesse Pinkman's funny.
Exactly.
I'm all for Jesse Pinkman being.
Exactly.
That's
what I'll go with today. Oh no, because I decided we're gonna do the 10 by 10.
Yeah, we're gonna make a whole thing,
and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I have to. Oh my god, we didn't get into any of our developments.
What's that mean?
Well, I guess I can't really talk about
Oh, in terms of... No, we don't need to get into that today.
No.
We'll get into that when things are a little more solidified.
The next 2 days to film some things.
Kate's got an audition. Kate, you got it.
Who
I go
knew?
shameless mode every audition when you're sitting right there.
I know.
When you look down and just give me the
inspire
lines,
me.
I'd be in
Yep.
shameless mode.
Yep, and you do great. And I'm going
Thanks.
to pull that.
You just have to. That's all acting is. Just be
Yeah.
shameless. Just like legit. And that's what we were talking about in terms of yesterday we got into a topic of, I'll keep this short because we're nearing the end, but of how I was like, a lot of TV shows, like for instance, The Summer I Turned Pretty, for me, I hate that it's ending after season 3 simply because I feel like I feel like Christopher Briney finally got his groove as Conrad. And low-key, Gavin Castellano finally got his like groove as Jeremiah. Like all we saw was the surface level broody Conrad for the first like 2 seasons, except for that one scene where he's sitting in the car with Jeremiah and Belly after he caught them making out at when they're at wherever he goes to college. Brown, when they're at
horrifying.
Brown. And he in the car ride, he's like all of a sudden like a different version of Conrad than we've seen before. And in season 3, he's a totally different. It's like he like took MDMA. He's really funny in season 3.
He took liquid luck.
He took liquid luck. And I said to her, I was like, I think it's a combination of, one, the character's development, yes, but also the actor themselves getting more comfortable on screen, getting more comfortable just like showing their own personality through the character because they are the ones representing the character and whatnot.
What were we talking about?
I brought this up because I was saying, why did I bring this up? I had a point to make, and I know I started with, I'm really sad certain shows end, and certain shows, like, it's about
what show were we talking about ending?
It was about characters. Oh, shameless mode doing auditions. Oh, that's why I brought this up. Because I was saying, like, I feel like the level of, I feel like I do see that in TV shows where it's, like, a couple seasons in, it feels like the character is, like, more complex, they feel. And I think it's just about the actor themselves, like, getting more comfortable with the character, with the way that they talk, with the crew that they're working with the cast that they're working with. And, like, but if you can tap into that level of, like, shamelessness early on, like, that's why it was brought up all of that, because I was telling her earlier how I feel like with Schitt's Creek also, like, we saw very archetypal characters at first, same with Summer I Turned Pretty, and they got more complex as the storyline progressed because more of their own personality came through the characters, and we are complex beings, so you can't really hide that.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but yeah, just be shameless. You've got it for that. You've got it.
Point being, yeah.
Hey, that was pretty good. I wouldn't. So guys, she took me to
snarling, snapping.
She's been training in stunts here in LA, and she took me to, like, was kind of technically like an open gym and I've never trained in stunts except for like when I've been doing it specifically for projects. And so we did like a little open gym, and it was more for her. Like, I was going to help her to like get videos and
turned
stuff.
out to a full.
It turned into both of us getting training, and all of a sudden, like, her trainer was like, "Do you want to try? Do you want to try like the walk?" And I was like, "Oh, like, sure."
Perfect.
I had no choice but to. I guess I had a choice, but what fun is that? Had no choice but to just like shamelessly, just like very unironically act like a zombie.
Yeah.
Face. I don't think I did the face. I think I just did more like a.
Yeah. No, I wasn't.
I wasn't doing the face.
Not at all.
Even the walk, it took full ass commitment, and like it just did a lack of care if you're being laughed at or looked at.
Having to do the walk plus the face when you're not in any makeup.
Awful.
I thought I was past that now, having already done a season.
That's actually just so hard. Thinking about when we watched the behind the scenes of the episode where, if you haven't watched it, spoiler, where dies and turns into the walker, and then the behind the scenes they were like, oh, and she was like such a great walker to work with, and she was like watching her like as a walker. I'm like, that's such a different facet of acting that like a lot of actors like don't even like that goes way over my head, that like I would maybe have to like do something like that. That's like so not even human. Like, you're not acting like another human. Like, you're like, no, you're in go so far.
World.
Yeah. Crazy. I've got nothing else to say.
Neither.
What are we at? 114. We said to ourselves. Cutting it off.
This was good and fun though.
This was good and fun.
Okay. Goodbye. I love when we just end it like that.